State Treasurer.
Okay. For the office of State Treasurer, I personally nominate Vincent C. Marcus III. Can I have a second, please?
Second. I did.
I'll keep this short. My name is Vincent Marcus, and I'm running for Utah State Treasurer. I really have three campaign goals. First, and what I consider to be really important, as a party, we need candidates, and I'm trying to do my part to help retain ballot access. The second reason is that I'm running is to use my resources as a candidate to help promote other candidates like Andy and whoever else is running. And then the third reason is to promote greater government transparency. There was a paper that was published a couple weeks ago by the Center for Public Integrity. They graded Utah a D on government transparency. I'd like to do my part to raise that grade, improve our, where it is. 60% of Utahns were polled. It was in the, I think, the Salt Lake Tribune this last week, that they think the government isn't transparent enough, and I agree. And there's a lot of benefits to increased government transparency. There's reduced costs from grandma requests and stuff like that, and naturally we need the information in order to make informed choices about who we're electing and what our elected officials are doing. And then 2 years ago I ran for state senate as a Libertarian candidate, and I got just under 4% of the vote, which was in a three-way race. It was a pretty decent showing, I thought. So with your guys' help, I'd like to be the Libertarian Party nominee for Utah State Treasurer this year. So thank you. Any questions?
Okay, we'll open it up for questions. Anybody have any questions?
Sure. Yes.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'm a trained statistician. I've worked professionally, and Vince knows math very well. I will say that.
I actually know how to use a spreadsheet. I'm not really good at math, but
Do you know how to keep two sets of books?
He's a Libertarian, not a Republican.
I don't think you want to answer that question.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is there any particular area of the state spending you want to focus on?
There's a lot of areas that I'd like to focus on and stuff. I think the hardest part isn't necessarily the treasurer doesn't have a whole lot to say of where the money goes and stuff. He's really writing the checks and just making certain that the laws are being followed and everything. And I think the bigger issue there is those checks that are going out, making certain that it ties back to budget line items and that people have that the citizens have the ability to know what it is that their elected officials chose for that money to go to and where it went to. So, and naturally following that budget is also important. So,
any other questions?
There's one last one.
Yep, there we got two more.
Yes, I am curious, the federal government is building a 1 million square foot facility in Lufkin, a listening post where every phone conversation, every cell phone conversation will be recorded in America. Congressman Jefferson said that privacy is freedom. If you were elected state treasurer, is there anything you can do to stop a federal project from happening?
I'm not entirely certain that there is, especially seeing as how that project is actually being built on.
If I could say, please use the microphones too, so the streaming people hear.
Jesus, I'm not entirely certain that there is. There's, naturally there's, but like I said, the state treasurer is responsible for making certain that the dollars that were handed out by the legislature and stuff is spent appropriately and everything. Doesn't have a whole lot of say in how to change that spending and stuff. So I would say there's probably not a whole lot. What would be possible, I would be interested in trying to do, but there isn't a whole lot. So along those lines, though. Professionally, by the way, I have a degree in computer science, and I work as a database administrator and stuff. One of my interests is actually databases and stuff, and how to store data in such a way so that you can get information out of it without letting people's secrets and stuff get out there. Kind of like what happened with Utah State Health Department a couple weeks ago. Stuff like that really bugs me. I really think the state needs to be spending on and making certain that this information that we are giving out in a transparent manner is secured in such a way so that personal information isn't exposed.
Okay, we got 1 minute.
Professionally, you said that you are a database administrator and not coming from a financial background.
Actually, I work as a database administrator on credit card processing systems and stuff. I manage billions of dollars a year.
Okay, from an IT perspective, do you have any direct experience in governing and giving advice to financial people in regards to spending, not just managing the money, but actual the governance of the money?
Not as much as I'd like. I do. I actually manage the team of database and systems administrators and stuff, and it's. I am in charge of our budget and stuff when it comes to IT spending and everything along those lines. I work very closely with our CFO, the controller, and the accountants at our business and stuff. So I have a very, very good understanding of how all that stuff works in our business. So.
Okay, time, unless anybody else has any questions. And then in the favor, in the spirit of none of the above, anybody, thank you very much, Vince, thank you. In the spirit of anybody